this kind of stuff. I contacted her when I got here. I got here in 2009. 2010, I contacted her office. She called me like a month later, March. All right, and we're talking about just all this wickedness in high places and these corrupt judges and, you know, these pedophiles running stuff, and it's just so wicked, you know what I'm saying, underground sex rings and all kind of drama. And like 3 weeks later, this woman is found, you know, murdered in bed, her and her husband. She was silent.
Wow.
Okay, I got documents, y'all, because Professor Griff, me and my sister Linda met you in Portland just a couple of days before they did what they did to your house.
Okay.
All right. Yes. So you know what I'm saying? I'm seeing all of it. I'm seeing all of it. Okay, and I'm another one. I'm all about the documents. I love documents. For me, everything is documents. I sleep with books. The other half of my bed is nothing but books. So I'm serious. We need to link because I'm just tired of this. And I'm tired of talking.
Yeah.
I am sick and tired of talking. I'm serious.
Yeah.
Like, we need to be out here doing stuff.
Are you on Facebook?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you please add me, send me a friend request or send me your contact information because we definitely need to link up. He and I are talking about doing a lot of stuff as far as our youth are concerned, but you sound like you could play a very pivotal and important role as far as, you know, just a lot of things that need to take place. In psychoacademic holocaust, the special education and ADH wars against black boys, Umar Johnson goes into detail about how they are wrangling black boys in the school system, and parents are co-signing and turning their children into drug addicts.
Yes, for the check because they get an SSI check and all kind of stuff.
Exactly.
I'm right there with you. And Brother Umar breaks it down. He makes it so plain. He makes it so plain.
Yes, so please send me the information, and thank you so much for the call.
Yes. Bless you, and thank you for doing the show. Luca Continua.
Thank you.
All right.
All right.
Bless you. Peace.
Are you there?
Okay. Yes.
Talking by your name. My bad. Okay. You want to take another call?
That's all right. Yeah, we are. It's okay. But anyway, yeah, we got to take another call. From the 803 area, well, I believe that's 904. We're going to get to you. Hold on one second. 803 area code might be Columbia, South Carolina. It's Professor Griffin Zaza Ali. Peace.
Peace. My queen, Zaza Griff, how y'all doing? I just decided to call in. I'm coming in late. I think the question was, should we just beat our children? Per se, I say discipline. I definitely agree. We should, well, I'm not sure if anybody was in agreement. But yes, I think we should discipline our children. I know I'm raising a young man. He's 10 years old now, and I've given him much love, me and his wife. Me and my wife, me and his mother, sorry. And we definitely have to not only, I think, discipline them, but we have to teach them exactly what they're going to be up against. I know when I was coming up, we weren't taught. It was more or less we weren't taught anything about racism. We had to wait until it smacked us in our face. I was raised in a single-parent household. Actually, it was by my father, but he worked, pretty much all the time. And I kind of raised myself since, about 9 years old in the house by myself, all the way up until, I left home at about 19. But, yeah, I definitely think we should, discipline our children, but you have to balance it with a lot of love, And homeschool. I mean, my son, he's been in private, we've been fortunate enough to try to keep him in private school the whole time, and it's paying off. But then again, I think to myself, because being a conscious brother, so-called conscious brother now, and trying to teach him his history and to try to combat, them telling him that the Sphinx's nose just fell off. And then I try to tell him that no, Napoleon, when his armies went in, somehow the nose came off. But yeah, it's an ongoing struggle.
Oh, okay. All right, good brother. We really appreciate your comment. All right?
Thank you for that, brother.
Thank you.
All right, peace, good brother.
Peace. Can I read something, Chris?
Yes, ma'am, please do.
Encountering the Conspiracy to Destroy Black Boys, Volume 2, our brother Jawanza Kunjuku says that mothers hold their daughters to a higher standard. The double standard that exists is not healthy for boys' development and is disastrous for future adult male-female relationships. When daughters are taught to cook, sew, clean, visit libraries, and attend church and are expected to be on the honor roll, while boys are allowed to play basketball all evening after school, never visit libraries or churches, cannot boil a hot dog, and never have been on the honor roll, the black family has a very serious problem. What do you think about that?
That's so true. Simply because when I was taking my son through his rites of passage, it was very critical. I had to actually go and contact sisters in the conscious community to teach my son recipes. I had to pull him away from the computer, pull him away from basketball, pull him away from those things, and dive back into the book to prepare him for manhood. And this is very, very critical, and he's absolutely 1,000% correct. We hold the sisters, the young girls, to a higher academic standard than we do the men, the boys rather. And then we almost act like the boys are supposed to come through this street sort of rites of passage. Earn your stripes in the street. And it's almost like you're feeding your child to the wolves. I earned my stripes in the street. I came up with that kind of reputation because I had 6 brothers ahead of me and sisters and a mom that didn't play. So the street thing wasn't my challenge. The academic thing was my challenge. I didn't like being in school. I mean, I don't know how the hell I got the name professor, thanks to Chuck D, but I went to college. I went to college for 2 weeks. But once the light bulb was... Is that me? You? Zaza.
I don't know what that was.
Wherever you at, you got some children acting up. We talking about black parenting. You might want to get that together over this.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know what you're doing over there, but you might want to straighten that out. Anyway, like I was saying, we're going to take the next caller. We're going to take the 904. This is Professor Griffin's Zaza Ali. 904 area code.
Hey, is that funny?
Hold on for a second, brother. Hold on. Zaza, you need to put your mic, your phone on mute or something, whatever you're doing over there. Now I take this call. You good?
I'm good.
Zaza. Okay, cool. All right, we got it together, brother. How you feel, man? What's good with you?
I'm good.
Who am I speaking with?
I had a
You sound
question.
familiar.
Yeah, I called you before on your phone, Desmond.
Oh, Desmond, how you feel, man?
I'm feeling good. I had a question. It was, why are black parents,
Why black parents, what?
Why are black parents afraid to tell the children about racism? And then, can you talk about, awakening the natural genius of black children by, Amos Wilson?
Okay, well, I'm going to let Zaza deal with the first part of that because I've been told I need to sharpen up on my parenting skills. So Zaza.
Oh, wow.
Somebody told me, bruh, you need to sharpen up on your parenting skills. I said, oh. Okay, so you want to handle that question?
Why are black parents afraid to teach their children about racism? I think that a lot of black parents are afraid of racism. That's the first thing that I would say. They are living in it, and whether they know it or not, they're scared. Living in a reality of just being fearful at all times. Just driving while black, is something that we have to deal with. So I think that And then too, a lot of parents are, working for white jobs. They have white bosses. They have white friends. They have white coworkers. So in their mind, they may feel like racism is not an issue like it was, back when they were children. They're not really faced with the type of brutality that existed a long time ago. So they feel like there's been progress. So they focus more on the progress than the Jordan Davises and the Trayvon Martins and the 55% of young black men who don't graduate from high school. They're not faced with the reality, the broader picture of what racism means in this country. And then too, I think a lot of black parents are suffering from ignorance, like a lot of people are. When you ask most people what does racism actually mean, they don't really even understand that. Black people, Asians, can't be racist. Racism derives from a system that is set up to deny people jobs, to deny people health care, to deny people clean water, to deny people access to good food. So just the term racism in itself, and I may be prejudiced because I'm a black woman and I have certain, preconceived notions about people, but it's impossible for me to be racist in this society. But if you ask the average black man or woman what racism actually means, they have no idea. So we're sitting up and watching CNN and, Law and Order and Real Housewives of Atlanta and, different TV shows that give this false impression that racism doesn't exist anymore, and it's not true. So, parents need to be reading more, watching TV less, reading more, and really teaching their children about the reality of the situation. But that's why it's good that we have young people like you who are studying and who will probably end up teaching his parents a lot more than they would, want to give you credit for.
Right. So I think I hope that answers your question, but directly, I think we need to be, we need to have enough courage to at least attempt to address the system of racism, or the discussion about the system of racism, white supremacy, head on, regardless of how painful it is. We only have a few minutes left on the show, so we have to move to the next call. But to answer your second question, in dealing with awakening the natural genius, I think Amos Wilson said the African child is naturally gifted, and then when the black child begins life, he says, I believe in his book, that the black child has a natural head start. But once again, what piggybacking, or not piggybacking, but coming behind what Zaza said, racism, white supremacy will make sure that the natural genius in black children will never see the light of day. And this is the dumber we are, the more racism, white supremacy has a chance to thrive. The more ignorant we are, the more we stay tuned into Channel Zero, the more that we go against the grain, but not listening to the self, to those leaders and those brothers and sisters that have fought, bled, and died to see that we survive. It's imperative that we stay blind, deaf, and dumb, simply because racism, white supremacy needs us to be blind, deaf, and dumb. It needs us to be ignorant. It needs us to do simple things like sag our pants and then use the N-word towards one another as a term of endearment. If we would stop and love one another, racism, white supremacy would die tomorrow.
Right.
So the natural genius in black children will not see the light of day. He says the fact that racist and imperialist status quo politically mandates their intellectual underachievement and social maladaptiveness, meaning that the more we see young women and young men becoming intellectuals and challenging racism, white supremacy will not stand. And this speaks directly to what you asked Zaza in reference to racism, white supremacy, because it can't stand having intellectual young people coming up. It can't take it because it won't be able to survive. So I hope we answered your question. All right? We're going to take one more caller and we end this particular show. Thank you. All right, we're flipping the coin to the other 904. 904-234, you there? Yeah, this is Zaza Ali. Yes.
All right, hello.